It's video. Can you hold the camera so you can show mommy pruning the tomatoes? So they can see what you're doing.
Mom, but it's facing me.
It's facing you.
Yeah. Cut that video out.
Monday. Any guesses what Monday is? I've done a video on it before. Seed day. Monday is the day that I start all of my lettuce trays. So I've got 800 cells that are being seeded today. The goal is to constantly have fresh plugs to put in the ground, so there's never a break in the amount and variety of lettuce that we can offer our customers. So about halfway through, I'm working on, let's see, I just did magenta, and next I think, okay, this is what I was gonna do. That's a really pretty, the leaves are really dark red, but the center part of the head of lettuce is green, so it's got a real pretty color grade to it. I'll see if I can find a picture, and if I can, I'll post it here. But yeah, I've got to get these guys in. If you haven't seen our video on seeding lettuce, it's I think part of one of our larger ones, but basically I fill up, this tray has 200 cells, and I'm putting one teeny tiny little lettuce seed in every single hole. Lettuce seeds are really small. That's it right there. But yeah, every Monday I come through and just make sure that I have these guys ready to go so that they are constantly available for transplant. Tomorrow morning, weather permitting, I think it'll be cloudy enough. I have 4 trays of lettuces right on this table over here that need to go out that are looking really healthy. So we'll get those planted tomorrow. I'm gonna keep going on these. Here in a few minutes, I need to put on my mom hat and take my son and my daughter to their baseball and softball games. So that's kind of where I'm at for today. To be perfectly honest, this task is really not hard. And it's kind of nice sometimes to just come out here and zone out while I do this. I don't know if you can hear in the background, the kids are playing. We have a slack line that's got like Ninja Warrior stuff on it, so they play on that while I'm out here. The dogs are out in the backyard, or frequently I will just pop in some music or my favorite podcast and get this job done that way. It's probably one of the, oops, I got 2 in that one, more relaxing, less physical tasks that I do. I'm out of everything. So let me finish this up. Welcome. Good morning. This is Phoenix Farms, and my name is Robin. We are a small family-owned and operated farm in rural southern Oklahoma. We're what you call a market farm, so a lot of seasonal produce, high rotation crops. We do grow year-round. If you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with our family and how our farm works, we've got about an acre worth in space that we can have under production. Not all of that is in cultivation right now. We have 2 high tunnels and then 2 of these what you'd call caterpillar tunnels. My husband and I and our 3 kids that work the farm. We also have one really amazing part-time girl that helps us when we need an extra set of hands. We are certified naturally grown, and that is a grassroots movement where we basically follow the same rules and regulations as USDA certified organic. However, we don't have all of the red tape that you do being part of a government program. So we're held to the same standards as far as where our seed orders come from, what kinds of amendments we can use on our soil, what kinds of things we can use for pest pressure or fertilizer, that kind of stuff. But our inspections are done by other farmers who are also CNG certified. So people on the ground doing exactly what we're doing. That's who our inspections are done by. But all the seed that we order is certified organic. All of our soil amendments, all of our fertilizers, all of that stuff. We try and make sure that it's the absolute best of the best. We decided to become part of the CNG family just to differentiate ourselves a little bit from the other farms in our area. There's a lot of small farms that do great work, but what we choose to do and how our farm operates is a little bit different. So we felt it was important to have a certification that shows that. So that's why we are CNG certified. This morning I am getting the farm kind of prepped and ready. I've got some transplanting to do. But if you have followed our channel for any length of time, I believe a couple weeks ago I did a video sharing that we have partnered with a local school in our area. And we're part of a grant through that school program where the kids can actually get hands-on experience visiting local farms, local ranches, that kind of stuff. So we actually have, I think, a busload of anywhere from 15 to 20 middle schoolers coming out tomorrow. And they are going to be put to work out here. So trying to make sure all the space is ready where they can get in and do their tasks as easily as possible. It's really pretty cool. I wish that I had had the opportunity to visit places like this when I was younger. I have zero background in ag, and I think it's really neat that the government and our local school districts are really trying to encourage kids to see what options are out there. I mean, you don't have to go to college. You can go to trade school. You can go to technical school. You could find a farm and like us, have your own business. So it's pretty neat. The kids are a good group of kids. I'm excited to have them out there or out here. It should be a really fun day. I enjoy having them out here. My former life, I was an elementary school teacher, so anything to do with kids, I'm all about it. But anyways, I better get to work here. I've got some beds I need to cover. They're going to be doing some transplanting for me tomorrow. They're going to be pulling lots of weeds. I may have them help me trellis some of my tomatoes. It just kind of depends on how the group operates and how long they plan to spend out here. But thought I'd give a little background as to who we are and why we do what we do. Okay, this morning I have Wynnewood Middle School students out here helping me on the farm. They've all got their little groups of tasks that need done. We've got my compost shovelers back there. I've got a whole truckload of compost that needs out. They'll get to spread it here in a minute. I've got some kiddos transplanting basil starts, some kiddos transplanting kale, and then a whole big group of kids weeding my onions. This is going to be part of a 5-week program that our farm is doing with the Wynnewood School District. The kids will come out here at least twice, and I will come to them twice, if not more. I think it's 5 weeks worth that they're running classes, but I know for sure they're coming here twice, and I'm coming to them twice. And we're just doing some horticultural lessons. We're going to be doing some self-wicking tubs out at the school. The kids, when they're out here, we really wanted them to have some hands-on experience, so they came prepared with their little tote bags of hand tools and gloves and all that. So hopefully they have a good time, and they're certainly helping me get some of my work done. So I'm kind of turtle that is. He's a red-eared slider, and we found him under one of our tarps. He's kind of hiding from us right now. Can you see his little face? He's scared.
Get on the ground.
Yeah. Isn't he cool? Are you guys having fun shoveling compost?
Why does it look like a...
Well, no, this is not, I promise. It's just greens. It's like leftover leaf mulch. We don't use manure-based compost. But it does kind of have that same color.
It feels like a farming simulator reference. Video game.
Could be. Same verbiage. I think they all hate me right now. Okay, well, the Wynnewood kids just left not too long ago, and I took a quick break, grabbed some lunch. I'm back out here to finish the job of weeding the onions. They did fabulous. Let me show you how far they got. All 3 of these beds were full of weeds and grass and all kinds of junk, and they got about, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through. So we are finishing up just this little bit right here. It's amazing how quickly the weeds can take over this time of year. It's part of the conversation I had with a couple of the teachers. The rain starts coming and things start growing and your garden starts popping, well, so do the weeds. So that's the probably number one challenge that we have at this point in the season, is just staying on top of the weed pressure. As it gets warmer, that's when the bugs start to come out. So everything kind of has a cycle here, but definitely the weeds right now are just kicking our butts. So trying to keep as much as we can under tarp or under fabric, and then the tarps work to keep anything from germinating until we're ready to plant into it. The fabric, like what you see behind me, this is where we have some kale, that just keeps any weeds from getting in between the plants. So for crops that need wider spacing, the weed mat fabric is perfect. Stuff that has to be direct sown, we've got to keep those beds covered under tarp until the moment that they need to be sown. And then from the moment they pop, we're constantly running a cultivator through just to stay on top of things. So we're going to finish this up, maybe take another quick break. It's getting hot, so we may call it for the day until it gets a little cooler this evening. But yeah, good progress. I think the kids had fun. I certainly enjoyed having them out, and I definitely appreciated the help. So all right, wow, I can't help that today. So we spent the last couple days just spending some family time. We went on a little getaway to Dallas, and first thing we did when we got back was check our greenhouses, make sure everything looked good, and holy cow, everything has exploded in the last couple days, which is a good thing. But it does mean we have a little extra work for ourselves this weekend. Today is Saturday, and we are in the short tomato tunnel, and I'm doing some pruning. And here's what I am taking care of. These are suckers that I am pruning off my tomato plants. Let me see if I can get a good shot here. Okay, so this is a pretty good example here. Our tomatoes, we prune to 1 leader stem, and this right here is the main stem, okay? So you'll have one, for indeterminate plants, you'll have one main stem that grows up, and off of that main stem you'll have leaves, and this is what the leaves look like. Let me back out a little bit. So you'll have leaves that grow off of that, and then at a 45-degree angle, here's the main stem, here's that leaf stalk I just showed you. At a 45-degree angle, you'll have this extra growth, and this is what's called a sucker. They don't produce fruit like the main stem does. They will produce something, but the best practice for having healthy tomato plants is to prune off your suckers. What's really cool about these guys is if I were to take this to the house and stick it in a glass of water, it would actually produce roots, because remember tomato plants will actually root out along the stem if they're given the right environment. So I could take this and put it in a jar of water and wait till it develops roots and then go plant it and have an extra tomato plant for free. I've got a few here that are rather large. So what I'm going to do is these suckers I'm going to take to the house and put them in water, and then I'll have them available in case I have some issue where one of these starts gets sick, or I have failure in a place, or I decide I want to, plant some of these in the backyard for the kids to tend to, or if I have a neighbor that wants some. I mean, these are perfectly healthy plants. Why not try and do something with them? So these big ones I'll save for now, see what happens with them. I don't expect to have any issues. Everything in here is really healthy, if you can see behind me. But that's kind of our task this morning, is just getting these guys trimmed off. We're also going to be trellising our tomatoes in this tunnel. The big one is not quite ready yet, but we'll do some Talmud trellising in here as well. I'll show you that process, but this is just general tomato maintenance for high tunnel production. After this point, it really becomes like a weekly task to come in here, prune the suckers, check the trellis, and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, fun fact, if you prune off your suckers, stick them in water, you can grow a brand new tomato plant for free. It's kind of awesome. Can you see what I'm cutting?
Yeah. A little closer. Mom,
No.
are you gonna talk?
What are those eggs?
Some kind of caterpillar.
Are you gonna talk, Mom?
Get in close so you can watch where I'm cutting again, okay? See down here?
The one that's higher, that I can actually see.
Well, I don't want to do one that's higher. One of Whitney's more genius ideas is using the grabber from the lawnmower to put the tomahawks on. Because now we don't need a ladder. Woohoo! Hey, smile.
I don't do that.
Yeah, you do. You do have feelings. All I feel is rage. 24/7, 365. Right? I am. Hey guys. What did we just do? Sand plums and fishing. Was it fun? Yes. Sand plums in the eye. They're not ready yet, are they? No, they're not ready.
I have not yet tried
Oh
it.
yeah. Try it.
There's a hole in it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a little sour, isn't it? Hey, it's okay. Show me what you pick. You're missing all these ones up here. We have a few spots where we have wild blackberries on the farm, so that's kind of fun for the kids. Did you find some?
Yeah.
A lot or just a few? Oh, okay. We'll pick them. Oh, yeah. We'll pick them. I've got a handful, I'll share. Ow, 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 ow. Unfortunately, they are not thornless.
I'm making a run for it.
Careful. Hey, you need to shower first thing when we get back because you have Crocs on. You're going to get chiggers.